What's good, family? I'm live. Happy Friday. Friday, the 9th of November. It's the weekend. I'm sure most of you are wrapping up your week's activities and going into the weekend. I last checked the time. It should be about midnight on the East Coast. It's really disturbing every time we take a look at the news, especially here from here in Australia. We take a look at the news. We cringe so much when we hear all these shootings in America. It's really sad. There's no other way to describe it. It's really terrible. We don't see something like this here in Australia, so we find it very, very, very strange. And for most people, if you ask them to go live in America, most Aussies, you ask most Aussies to go live in America, they'll probably tell you, look, mate, we need to think about it. I don't think any Aussie would happily want to go live in America in this day and age, So the shooting in California, okay, the news broke this morning. It's so appalling, really, really disturbing that someone can just go into a pub. Well, here in Australia we call it a pub. Someone can just go in a bar and just shoot people. I mean, where's the love? Where's the humanity? Where is it? Americans always like to be, they always praise the brave, the strong, but where's the compassion? Where's the love? Do you guys ever pause and show love to one another? It's really, really strange. It's so strange. And for one reason, it's what's held. I've traveled to so many countries around the world, and it's one thing that's held me back from visiting the United States, because what am I to gain going to America? There's no reason, absolutely no reason for me to visit America. Why? Why should I visit America? And get shot and killed. I think, was it last year, an Australian female was shot by an American police officer. She initially called for help, and then she ended up being killed by the police officer. Okay, but then you know how it is. It's always black and white in America. So because the police officer that shot the Australian woman was black, they tried to do a background check on him, but obviously the man is American, okay, but because he came from Somalia, okay, they try to label him, they try to paint him in a bad light, only because he was black, right? But I mean, how many times are we gonna keep seeing these things, right? How many times? Just a couple of weeks ago, that synagogue shooting, also by another white male terrorist, and here we go again, another white male terrorist. But I'll give this one an excuse, okay? I'll give this one an excuse because he was a veteran, okay? Veterans in America have been neglected everywhere. Veterans everywhere have been neglected, okay? I once tried to join the Navy myself, but I have tried to think about it several times. And it was, I think, a couple of years ago, I tried again to join the Navy. But before then, I had the opportunity to join the Air Force. Okay, but I did not take it. But that was when I was a teenager. I nearly almost took the offer to join the Air Force. But because I was young and dumb, I didn't know what was going on. But now, My eyes are so open. Okay, there's no way on this earth that I would gladly join the army. You know, it's just so sad that people do not have any other options than go fight politicians' wars. You know, why must you, as a human being, having freedom, okay, and find it appealing to go fight politicians' wars? It behooves me, seriously. So coming back to the veteran, okay, the veterans have been neglected by the government. There are benefits for them, but I don't think enough is done for them. And in this age of rampant mental illness, you know, people who have suffered PTSD, going to war, killing people, and seeing people die, they become desensitized. You know, they get haunted by the images they see. You know, and I don't want to see that. I hate gore, so I don't want to see these kind of things. And that's probably what is throwing me off. You know, going joining the army, because I don't want to see those things. I don't want to see people suffer. You know, so these veterans come back from their duties abroad, and they get neglected. Okay, they face a lot of challenges. You know, especially medical assistance. They don't get enough benefits. You know, and a veteran coming back from a war zone is so prone to isolate himself or herself coming back into reality. You know, it's very easy for that person who has isolated himself and has been neglected, okay, to jump into his or his mental space, you know, and feed into whatever his thoughts are relaying to him or her, you know, and slowly in their neglect, okay, they get depressed. Okay, once depression kicks in, it's a done deal. Okay, once depression kicks in for a veteran, it's a done deal, and it happens across the board, black or white, green or yellow. Okay, depression is depression, and affects everybody. You know, so this man, you know, he goes into the bar for what reason we don't know yet. As of yet, we do not know. But it is a very very sad situation that he can kill 12 people, injure about 10 more people, and turn a gun on himself and kill himself in the process. I mean, how do you deal with something like this? How are you gonna do? How are you, there's no one to ask questions and get answers from. There's nobody. The gunman has killed himself. So it's a waste. You know, it's a complete waste. So again, why must you be incentivized to go fight a war and come back and be neglected? Okay, and then develop depression and end up like this. It's not good for anyone. War is not good for anyone. Okay, no one wins in war. Everybody suffers. Nobody wins. You may think you're the meanest, you're the baddest. You can win a fight, but when the fight is over, think about the repercussions. Think about it. You know. Welcome to my channel. One person is here with me. I'm Chief Drino, and I've got some issues to discuss today. It's about the recent California shooting. It's very sad that veterans are being neglected, and they are being they are rotting in their depression. You know, mental illness is rampant. It's very normal now that everyone is capable of breaking down and suffering mental illness. So it's really sad that the gunman had killed himself as well. So we cannot get any answers from him, but we can only speculate at this stage. You know, we can only speculate. When you live in a country where civilians or citizens are not happy, okay, this is what you get. And I'll say this, right? In Australia, okay, Australia is one of the happiest people. I mean, Australia has one of the happiest people on earth. Okay, is a country of the most happiest people or citizens. Okay, and you can't say that of America. You can't. You cannot say that because most Americans are unhappy. Considering whatever is going on in terms of politics as well. Recently, I'll be coming back to it. It's my other topic. Okay, the recent primaries. Midterm elections. It's really sad. It's very very important that the citizens get looked after. Okay, politicians are there to serve the citizens. Okay, we elect politicians to act on our behalf. So when politicians are not doing what we need them to do, okay, we oust them. We take them out. We should not tolerate what politicians are doing if it's not in our favor. Right. So for me, I love politics, but the way the game is played, I just don't feel the need to vote because things will happen anyway, irrespective of what goes on. You know, so American politics is just bizarre. I mean, watching here from Australia, you to us is just bizarre. You know, there's always that infighting. There's always that discrepancies, uncertainties when it comes to U.S. politics. So can I know who is watching? Please say something, ask a question, make yourself known. Again, I'm Chief Driner, and I've got some issues to discuss, right? So, coming back to the midterm elections, right? Now, I don't vote, so I just have ill feelings towards politics, really. I mean, politicians, but I had to sit down to listen to President Trump's speech after the election. Trump is very very confident. Okay, I know Trump started off as an idiot, but he is getting better. Trump is a liberal. He is getting better, and it's just amazing that even though the Democrats have a foothold in the House of Representatives, right? Trump still has confidence that he's still going to win the 2020 elections. Solely because the Democrats have won these primary elections, but it does not guarantee that they're going to win the 2020 elections. For a mere fact that the Republicans took the Senate, okay, and the Democrats took the House of Representatives. So there's going to be that fight going on. There's always going to be that disagreements going on. You know, and it's not looking good. You know, it's not looking good. And Trump still has the power to do whatever he wants to do. He has the power see. This is the best part of it. He can change his tactics. If he sees he's losing, he's in power. Okay, he can change his ways and gain favor from his voters or his supporters. You know, and as I was listening to this Trump speech, I wrote down a lot of notes. He says so much. It went on for about an hour and a half, right? He says so much. Okay, the Republicans hold the Senate, okay, and the Democrats win the House of Representatives. And before that, I saw this clip about Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters. Trump called her a low IQ person, right? But Maxine Waters is going to be the head of finance or something, right? So it's going to create, the interest to look into Trump's what's it called? Trump's tax returns. And Trump is very, very, sure about his tax returns. That he's never done anything wrong in regards to the tax return, his taxes or tax returns, and he's talking about the numbers, and the numbers are right, and anyone who's looked at the numbers will agree with him. So, I don't know what the outcome of that investigation is going to be, but as a country, how are you going to move on to build a better United States? How are you going to do that? There's so many mentally challenged people running around town with guns and killing people. Are you going to ignore that issue and worry about Trump's tax returns? It's very, very difficult. It's a very, very difficult situation to be in as an American in 2018. Moving on. So the midterm election was positive in so many ways. It has its pros and cons. Okay. Now we know that also that the Democrats are heavily funded by or supported by women and gays, and I hate that term, minorities, but the far left. Okay, they support the Democrats. People that always cry victimhood. They support the Democrats. And there's a whole lot of them, a whole lot of people that would want to say, oh, my suffering is due to so and so's interference or problem. But they don't point fingers at themselves and say, look, I am in charge of my life. Okay, everything that happens to me, I am in control of it. But this is what the Democrats do, right? They always want to blame other people for the ills in the societies, right? And when given power, they do not do things to make amends. They stall. They play a lot of stalling tactics. Okay? They do not get anything done. And that's the Democrats for you. Okay. From my observation. So I wonder, my fans are mainly, black YouTubers. I want to ask, how come Andrew Gillum lost the election? How come he lost? I foresaw that a Republican was going to win that election. That position as governor, and Andrew Gillum, he's a good man, but he's on the wrong side. He's on the wrong side. From my point of view, he's on the wrong side. All right. I've said it again before that black people in America have a better chance, pushing the agenda forward with the Republicans than with the Democrats. Because the Democrats, right, they play um, the inclusive game. They want to include everybody, right? They want to include everybody, and in doing so, it becomes a detriment, to most people that are important. You know, it's very sad that the Democrats always cry victimhood, but then when they get power, they do not get anything done. So I mean, the southern states, um, by the looks of it, the Republicans hold a greater, greater power in the South. So I'm wondering if most black voters voted for the Republicans in the South, and I need a few people to come online and that I can ask them some questions and get some answers from. So the midterm primaries is great for Republicans. They know they failed, and it will be wise for them to do better. It's as simple as that. They can always do better, but Donald Trump is a very strong man, very heavily opinionated. You know, he thinks it's a victory. It's close to victory. He's seeing it as just a vote or two shy of being having victory. You know, but again, he feels there's so much power in the hands of the Republicans because they hold the House of Senate. So it's going to be very interesting, very very interesting. You know. So yeah, Donald Trump was saying that Dems will have the House of Representatives to or subpoena, but Trump's to subpoena Trump's agendas and stuff like that. But Trump has the Senate to always argue that out. Trump says that they play the game, but we can play it better because we have the Senate. Okay, these are Trump's quotes. Okay, and I wrote these down. Trump sees it. Trump sees himself as a genius, and he sees this moment, as a moment for him to shine. he's already he's already saying that it's an opportunity for him to do better. And if anyone had watched Trump's speech after the election, okay, I mean I am baffled. I am very very baffled that he's able to speak so intelligently like he did this time. Okay, I've never heard him speak so intelligently like he did in the speech. He was very calm. He was very calculated. So yeah, there you go. Trump. Someone said in a comment before that Trump is setting up the Democrats to fail. So yeah, it is what it is. He is going to go home and do his homework. He is going to go home and do his homework. So it's going to be very very interesting times for U.S. politics, and we shall be watching. Okay, it's going to be quite entertaining. All right, it's going to be quite entertaining. So Trump is saying he's seeing himself, in a second term. Okay, the main concerns when it came to the election was infrastructure and Medicare or healthcare. Okay, and Trump was very big on infrastructure. And the Republicans were very big on infrastructure, and the Democrats were big on healthcare. So I mean, if healthcare comes with infrastructure, so I agree with Trump. Okay, he I don't really side with the term "Make America Great Again," because we can argue it out. America was never great. Okay, because they enslaved our people. Okay, America was never great. The laws in America are very, very racist towards black people. And when we say racism, it's not about someone calling me a black monkey or whatever. Because I know deep down myself, I have a very high self-esteem. Okay, you call me black monkey. I know I'm not a monkey. So if you call me a black monkey, I know you're delusional. I know you're sick-minded. I do not get angry. I just leave you alone. You know, if you do not, if you do not do anything to take away my money or my life, yeah, you're a piece of crap yourself. Okay, and you have no bearing whatsoever on me. So I don't find that troubling at all. You know, I don't find that troubling at all. But yeah, infrastructure is very, very important, and this is why you need to black people need to support and defend and vote the Republicans. Okay, push your agenda through the Republicans. Infrastructure is so important. Okay, so you create jobs. Okay, employ people. When you employ people, they gain resources. They gain revenue. Okay, to fix their situations. Okay, but how can you have well? And this is the Democrats. This is Donald Trump. Okay, but how can you have better health care when you do not have infrastructure? How is that possible? I don't see the logic here at all. And I give this to Trump, right? He's being very, very smart here. Okay, he's been very, very smart. You know, his speech was very eloquent. He was very, straightforward, very, very calculated, and very, it was an award-winning speech, I would say. In my opinion. So Trump was preaching unity and bipartisans. He believed that most people that voted Democrats in the primaries would be able to vote Republican in the presidential election in 2020 because he believes he's going to put in more work, okay, and do better. All right, so Trump is preaching unity and bipartisans, and he's also advocating for American industries, to be brought back, American industries in America, okay, and working to bring a lot of industries back to America to employ Americans and improve their lives, in terms of revenue. He's also speaking about securing borders. I mean, why wouldn't you want to secure your borders? In times like this, why do you want to open your borders? Very high influx of immigrants and refugees and whatnot will put a strain on all social amenities. Your infrastructure will not cope if you do not have enough or adequate plans to settle these people. So I totally agree on the laws of immigration when it comes to Donald Trump. Americans need to protect themselves first. Okay, America first. I always look at this. When you are in an airplane, the first time, for those of you who fly multiple times, okay, they will tell you that in case of emergency, okay, the oxygen mask is going to drop. Okay, make sure yours is secure. Make sure you are breathing before you attend to other people. Okay, and for a smart person like me, okay, I know that I need to be safe. I need to be protected. I need to be well before I can help somebody else. If I'm not able to look after myself, how am I capable of looking after somebody else? And this is just common sense. Okay, you don't need a genius to work this out. You do not need a genius to work this out, and even Donald Trump is able to figure that out. So I don't know. I do not know what other Americans are thinking. By the way, I'm wearing a hoodie because I know that is there an international hoodie day, celebration day, but I just saw a documentary on hoodie and the history of hoodies. Yeah, but yeah, it just brings back memories of Trayvon Martin. You know, but actually, it is a bit cool today in Australia, in Melbourne. So as well, I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm a bit cold, and it's a way to save gas. You know, save on gas, save on heating costs. So I'll put on a hoodie and feel warm. You know, speaking of this, right? Trump is talking about how well the economy in America is faring. You know, I think it's doing really well. The American economy is doing very quite well. Okay, the Australian dollar is I think 70 cents to the American dollar. Okay, and during the term of Obama, the Australian dollar was almost equal to the American dollar. Okay, so I think American dollar is doing really, really well. I don't know what the cost of petrol is. Well, you guys say gas, but we say petrol. Okay, and it is actually petrol, not gas, because gas is, you know, petrol is liquid and gas is gas. And petrol, you know, you can't call petrol gas. So that's how I see it. You know. So yeah, gas, petrol prices here are very expensive. Okay, the petrol price is $1, $1 Australian dollar, 70 cents per liter. Okay, and the conversion is the U.S. gallon. So one liter is 3.8 liters. Okay, no, one gallon is 3.8 liters. Okay, so you can work it out that way. So petrol here is very very expensive, and I don't know. Donald Trump is talking about bringing petrol prices down, blah blah blah, and he's brought petrol prices down. But we are not seeing it here in Australia. You know, we are not seeing it in Australia. I know America controls the oil industry, so whatever is going on, I don't think that's really true with Donald Trump talking about petrol prices going down. It's actually going higher and higher here. I've never seen petrol so high, you know, in my life here in Australia. I've never seen petrol so high. $1.70 for a liter of petrol. That is so high. That is too high. You know, it's about time we brought we send a need for we ask for the need for electric cars. You know, because petrol prices are through the roof here. $1.70. That's how much it is. And Trump was talking about clean air, clean water, you know, and the environment. Like that's very very surprising to to hear that from Trump. Okay, who believes in you know global warming is a hoax? You know, I found that really really strange that Donald Trump is now on board with the environmentalists. You know, so he's talking about America's air is now clean, is the cleanest it's ever been. The waters are the cleanest they ever been. You know, and who was telling Al Gore that he's a hoax. You know, so Donald Trump he's getting wiser. He's watching his tone. He's seeing his mistakes. He's correcting them, and it's just being smart. He spews a lot of rhetoric just to get attention, and then people vote him in. And he to continue his popularity. He maintains his momentum, right? Okay, but then he knows that for a second term, that kind of rhetoric is not going to get him there. Okay, so he's going to switch tactics. He's going to switch. You know, he's going to switch, and then he's definitely going to get a second term. Okay, for my prediction, if nothing changes, okay, he's going to definitely get a second term. You know, now the Democrats have gained grounds. They're just going to be crime victimhood. They're just going to be so left leaning. Okay, they're going to be so left leaning, and the conservatives are just going to be out of control. Conservatives are going to be out of control. Okay, and it's going to be to their own detriment. All right. So it's obvious. We're going to see that unfold. You know, So yeah, I'm very excited that the man in power is talking about climate change and cleaner air and environmental protection and whatnot. Okay, he is in power and he has all the you know the power at his disposal to make things happen. So Trump also said that he's going to shut down government if he's going to shut down the government and blame the Democrats for it. Okay, if they're going to oppose everything he wants to do. Okay, because the Democrats have set themselves up to oppose every move of Trump. Okay, by winning the majority in the House of Representatives. Okay, but Trump is not going to back down. Trump and his people are not going to back down. So it is what it is. The most influential, powerful people are still, in the Republican Party. So, and they've won the elections. Okay, so you go the Senates. The Senates are largely Republicans. So there's always going to be this, debate going on in Parliament. Parliament. I don't know what you call it, Parliament, but we call it a Parliament. But yeah, it is what it is, right? So, so yeah, the Senate is a branch of the government that makes laws. So whichever laws are in the country, okay, the Senate are the ones that are going to make the laws. So if the Democrats gain the House of Representatives, okay, I don't see how that affects Donald Trump. It shouldn't affect him in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, Trump also said people don't understand his don't understand tax return, which I spoke about before. He said there's nothing really worth looking into his tax return for, so it would be a waste of time basically. And I said that why are you going to be wasting time investigating Trump when there are other issues at hand? So it's going to be a lot of stalling going to go on, and he's already poised to blame the Democrats. He said it many times, repeatedly, that he's going to blame the Democrats for a government shutdown. So I'll quickly wrap this up. So yeah, basically Trump is setting the Dems up to fail. Trump basically stressed on security. Security for Americans, job security, health security, everything. Security for Americans. He was asked the question about white supremacist terrorists. Okay, if it's a problem, if he acknowledges the white supremacist terrorists are a national problem, he said it is a problem. Okay, and he does not incite anyone to commit violence. So he made a quote. He made a very very strong quote saying that he wants to. I thought I wrote down a quote. He wants security for America, and America needs security. And if you or if anyone doesn't see this, okay, they are unleashing crime. Okay, in his own way, I think I paraphrased it, but I think I understood him. All right. If you're not secure in terms of border protection, you don't secure your communities. Okay, you give way to crime. You give way to bad behavior. And I think that this is what it means. Okay, or this is what it meant. So if you open the borders and all these people come in unchecked, and they have criminal backgrounds, you don't look at it. Okay, you just let anyone come in, and this is what the Democrats want to do. They want to let everyone come into the country. Okay, then criminals are going to come along with them, terrorists are going to come along with them, and then it's going to be disastrous for you. Okay, so Trump made it very very clear in his speech. Okay, he made it very very clear, and it's very very interesting that he said he's not on board with the white supremacies. People called him a nationalist, and and then he says rightfully so. If he is a nationalist, it's only because he loves America. He loves his people. You know, he loves his people. America first. Okay, and everyone should be like that. Every American should be like that. America first. Okay, family first. Stop caping for other people. Don't cape for people that do not care about you. You know. So basically, yeah, Trump was winning there. Trump was winning there. You know, Trump also spoke about the media. You know how the media hates him, and it was very obvious how the media was posing the questions to Trump. You know, he wasn't very excited about the media. You know, he really put CNN on blast. You know, he did, and it was really interesting. You know, I'm not gonna say funny, but he was very emotional about that, walking away from the mic several times. So yeah, you know that was highly interesting. Also, yeah, Trump spoke about security, you know, gangs, immigration, crime. He's stressed on unity. You know, he wants unity, Americans to unite. So there you go. He wants America first. You know, we should get along and get things done. Okay, so this is what Trump is saying. If not, he see he's saying that if things do not go well, okay, he's gonna blame the Democrats for this. Okay, he's gonna blame the Democrats for this, and it's very very you know, it's very very interesting. You know, he's gonna do the shame tactics. You know, and he will win. He will win. So I see Trump as, you know, he has the attitude of a warrior. You know, Trump has the attitude of a warrior who does not back down. You know, he's in it until he sees victory. It's either victory or death for Trump. So yeah, you know, he's very heavily opinionated. You know, and Trump loves America. That's a fact. You know, that's a fact. Trump loves America. So yeah, I'm not a Trump fan. I'm not a, you know, I don't even vote. But you know, from what I can see as an intelligent person, you know, I think that America has never been in a better position. Okay, to go back, or America has never been in a position to be great. Okay, I wouldn't say great again, but America has never been in a position to be ever great than now. Okay, this is the time that America can be great for once. You know, and Trump right now, Trump and the Republicans, you know, give Americans the, you know, the best value, you know, best value for their votes. So yeah, I think I've exhausted my points. I'll recap. You know, the recent shooting in California. I mean, that is totally appalling. That is disgusting. You know, absurd. It should never happen. It shouldn't happen. You know, veterans should never be neglected. You know, people should not be neglected. We do have the international. Yeah, exactly. You know, we are all in the same boat, MCT. You know, thanks for joining the show. By the way, you know, they are all in the same. They're all in bed together. You know, we know it. Okay, but you know, the reality is change always comes from within. Okay, you cannot do. It's very difficult to make a change externally. Like start from the outside. You need to start from inside. Okay, and at the same time, you know, implosion can be very very bad as well. So it's very very important that you make the change from within. You know, so I don't know, MCT. Like, what do you reckon? Like, um, voting independent. I don't think that would be beneficial because community. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. That's so funny. You cannot come and kill all the kangaroos. That's so funny. There's so many kangaroos out there. You cannot kill them all. It's impossible. You know, kangaroos are thriving really, really well in Australia. Okay, they're thriving. They're a menace. Okay, some parts of the country they are you know vermins. You know, they are a vermin. So you know, a lot of people don't like them very much. You know, um, it's I mean the worst thing that could ever happen to you is when you've had a you know you're going home from work, you know, and then you're driving and then you run into a kangaroo. Okay, it wrecks your car. The kangaroo will die, which is the saddest part of it, but your car will be wrecked as well. And if you do not have insurance, okay, you're done for. Okay, your car is wrecked. You have to spend money to fix your car. So it's very, very important. Nearly everyone has, you know, car insurance in Australia. And here in Melbourne, I mean, just 30 kilometers from the city, you can run into a kangaroo. Okay, so what was your next question, MCT? Um, but no, I don't vote because I feel like none of the candidates represent. Exactly, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying before. If you saw my last video, you know, about don't vote. Okay, I don't vote either. Okay, I as soon as I turned 18, they started sending the voting documents to me. You know, I ripped them up. Okay, I ripped them up and chucked them in the bin because none of the politicians represent my view, my point of view. None of the politicians represent me, point blank. Okay, so not until I see a politician openly telling me that, hey, black man in Australia, I am here for you. Okay, I am not going to vote. It's plain and simple. Okay, and the benefit for me is that I have never registered to vote, so I cannot get a fine. But if you register and you do not vote, you will get a fine. You will cop a fine, which is only $72. You can pay that. Yeah, I'll pay $72 to have a peace of mind than vote a politician who does not promote my agenda. So it is what it is, you know. So yeah, good on you, MCT. Don't ever vote because someone tells you to. You know, vote because they are representing you, and it is what it is. Politicians are there to work for you. You're not there to work for politicians. So yeah, it's just common sense at this stage. Yeah, so I like kangaroos better than Aussies, so I want to kill them. Oh yeah, kangaroos are cute. They're everywhere. All right, they're everywhere. So yeah, they're really cute. But they're very unpredictable when you see them on the side of roads when you're driving. Okay, please slow down when you see a kangaroo because they will jump across the road when you don't expect them to, and you end up hitting them. And when you hit a kangaroo, your car is wrecked. Okay, your car is absolutely wrecked. All right, and I've got my experience. Okay, I've got experience of losing my not losing my car, but my car being damaged by a kangaroo. So yeah. What is this? Oh no, I don't listen to people. They are all. I'm not gonna say that word, but yeah. Um, I know what you think. You know, you're thinking that I'm Aussie. I'm free spirited. I can say whatever I want to say, but yeah, I like to. You know, I want my video to go to Africa. You know, I want Africans to see my videos and to see what I talk about. And I don't want to sound like that. You know, even though I'd say that when I have fun. You know, when I have fun with my friends. Okay, I say all the f words and you know. You know, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say that, you know. Um, what was this? I should You should do a hangout. I can join instead of typing. Oh, sweet. We could do that. We could do that if you're up for it. We could do a hangout next time, or even today if you're free. In a bit, we could do a hangout. You can send me an email. My email is chiefdrino@hotmail.com. MCT, send me an email, and yeah, we can do a hangout. Now, how do I type in? I'm really a novice here when it comes to YouTube, so I kind of put in a comment myself, but I wish I could put in a comment. Yeah, so I've got Google Hangout. Shoot me an email, and then yeah, we can do a hangout. Time here is it's 10 minutes past 4 p.m. 4 p.m. So that is 16 o'clock. Australian Eastern Time. So yeah, it's daylight savings. So yeah, this is what it is. I'm not sure. I think the East Coast is about 10 hours. 10 hours. 16 hours. Tomorrow, we could possibly do a hangout in the morning. So what time is it there now? 12 a.m. Okay, so you'll be on the East Coast, right? You'll be on the East Coast. So yeah, yeah. On Saturdays, I like to do hangouts on Saturdays or Sunday mornings, early mornings. Yeah, so we could do that. So if it's 12 a.m., you are 16 hours. You are 16 hours behind. So 16 hours behind. Yeah. So okay. Yeah, I will appreciate an email, please. So yeah, we can do a hangout and yeah, build bridges. This is what we do, right? I love collaborating. I love building bridges. It's only in unity that we can do things and get things done. So when we get divided, nothing gets done. We're always arguing about what's going on. It's very, very sad when it comes to American politics because that's what's going on. One president, one politician tries to do something and then he gets elected out or voted out. Another politician comes in and then scraps everything that this politician was doing before. Okay, and then the new politician will have to start again. Like, what is the growth? What is the progress? There's no progress. So American politics is very, very sad. Unlike here in Australia, okay, it's very difficult to scrap an agenda because we do not have president. We have a monarchy. We're still under the British Queen. So essentially we are British. Things get done in Australia for sure. Things do get done here. All right. So thanks for the email, MCT. So yeah, did you want to do the hangout tomorrow? Okay, so that's Saturday or Sunday. So when I wake up tomorrow morning, I will shoot you an email, or in my reply, I will include my WhatsApp number, so you can directly WhatsApp me or call me. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just email you when I wake up, and then if you are awake, we can do a hangout. So yeah, it would be fun. I mean, this is what this is the game I like to play. I mean, it's lovely. It's effing awesome. I'm not gonna say the F word, but yeah. Right. So is there anything else you would like to ask me, MCT? LMCD, is there anything else you would like to ask me? Hey, where is Elm City, by the way? Is it like is it like something from Sesame Street? All right, you can choose not to answer now. I will ask you when we do the hangout, and you can tell me about it. Yeah. So yeah. Um, is there anything else you'd like to ask me before I close out? All right. Yeah. Yeah. What's up? What's up or line, whichever. Yeah, we can talk. Definitely talk about anything. I am trying to see how I can put in a message, but I don't know. I don't know how to put in a message myself in the chat. So it's ridiculous. It's funny. I cannot put in a message myself. Yeah, so uh, yeah, so maybe you can teach me, right? So yeah, I've been in Australia close to 20 years now. My family moved here in 2001. So yeah, we got our visas to move to Australia in 2001. My dad got a job in Singapore. He first got a job in Australia, Spirit of Tasmania, and then he moved to. No, I think he went back and forth. Okay, he got a job in Singapore first, and then got a job in in Australia with the what's it called? Spirit of Tasmania. And then he's gone back to Africa. He got a job with South Africa. And in South Africa, and he's all over the joint now. So it is what it is. So yeah, I am fully Aussie, as you can tell. As you can tell from my accent, I am fully Aussie. So yeah, Sesame Street, huh? You'll be surprised. My auntie lives on Sesame Street. We have Sesame Street here in Australia. Okay, and it's not the Sesame Street that we grew up with. It's not the Sesame Street we grew up with, right? But this is an actual Sesame Street. Okay, my auntie lives on Sesame Street. All right, and whenever I tell people that, sometimes I used to send my mails there, and I say, oh look, my address is so and so Sesame Street. They think I'm lying to them, but yeah, we do have Sesame Street, and my auntie lives on Sesame Street. So yeah, yeah, Big Bird, huh? No, it's a city I'm from, just with um a Y at the end. What? I did not get that. You know how to operate Hangouts? I think I do. I think I do how to operate Hangouts. So um, I've been on a few Hangouts. I was on a Hangout with O'Shea Jackson. All right, and then I was on Watermeyer's Hangout a couple of times. Okay, so yeah, I think I have a clue. I think I do have a clue on how to run Hangouts. So yeah, it would be nice to do a hangout with you. All right, and I was going to do a hangout with what's his name, Junk Pile Videos, but I think he pulled out. He pulled out just because I was busy and I didn't reply his emails on time, so he pulled out. But yeah, I'm still in touch with him, and we'll see how we operate. You know, yeah. So yeah. So I'll. How about I close the? I do not want the live chat to be too long, so um, it might not be productive for other people. So I'd like to close it out, and I'll reply to your email with my details, and then we can move on from there. All right, alrighty, righto. Yeah. So yeah, Chief Drano signing out. Thanks to everyone who joined the live show. I mean, U.S. election is a bit of a joke at the moment. It's very interesting that Donald Trump is not backing down. Things haven't changed much. It's just gonna be, there's gonna be a lot of stalling gonna happen. Nothing is gonna be done if Americans don't unite in one accord and push a common goal, push for a common goal or have a common agenda. Okay, you're gonna stay divided. Okay, and shootings like today in California will keep happening. Will keep happening, but at large, I think it's black people are winning. Black people in America are winning. The awakening is happening. African Americans are a majority of African Americans are now woke. Completely woke. So whilst we do that, all right, let us not forget about Africa. Let us not forget about Africa. Africa is our motherland, and it is where we can claim our supremacy. Black supremacy is only in Africa. So let us maintain our grounds where we are, but at the same time broaden our horizons to Africa. So it is what it is. We are African Americans, and we should keep it that way. All right. One, we are Africans, and in the next we are Americans. So the beauty that we are tied to two continents. Okay, this is what it is. And in fact, we should be tied to all the continents in the world. I am tied to 4 continents, even 5, I should say. Okay, because my dad is American, my mom is African, and I'm part German, and I'm Australian. So, I mean, seriously. And I do have Asian ancestry as well. When I did my DNA test, I do have about 1% Asian. Okay. And I do have Native American ancestry as well. So I am tied to everywhere. Okay, and this is what black people we need to do. We need to be tied to everywhere. We should see everywhere as home. Okay, we should see everywhere as home. I wouldn't say winning, but we can be on the verge. Yes, I mean you can say that, my sister, but I am positive. Okay, I am positive. We can be on the verge of winning. You can be on the verge of winning, but I see it as we are winning. Okay, we are winning. Black people are winning. All right, we are winning. We are winning. And it is what it is. It is. Look, when you to know that we're winning. Okay. Prince Charles was recently in Ghana. Okay. All these people. What's her name? Theresa May was recently in South Africa. Well, all these people are trying to get back to Africa and broker deals, for Africa. And everyone has said that Africa is the future. The future is in Africa, and it is what it is, and it's just winning. It's all winning that I can see. So I wouldn't like to celebrate too soon, but it is good to know that we're winning. All right, Africa is a place. It's the birthplace of humanity, and it's always going to be. So it's very important that we shouldn't shit on our homes. It's very, very important that we hold Africa as yeah. So it is what it is. I will close this chat now. Live show. Take care of yourselves, and stay smart. Vote wisely. Support your politicians wisely. Push your agenda. If your politicians are not yeah. yeah. Look, that is still my monarch. All right, that's my monarch. Okay, I'm not a British sympathizer, but that's my that's my that's my leader. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna use the F word, but yeah, I know what you mean. All right, I know what you mean. So yeah, yeah. One thing Australians still love the royal family. So, woof. You know, I want to go back. You know, um, Meghan Markle was recently here in Australia. Meghan Markle. Okay, she was recently here in Australia. She was here in Melbourne, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to go see her. Okay, I could have gone to see, but what has it got to do with me? Like, how does it benefit me? It doesn't benefit me anyway. But people love her. Australians love Meghan Markle. Like, she was well received here. And no one spoke about how she is black or how she's not black and whatnot. People just love the royal family here. So it is something that is still dear to a lot of people, a lot of Aussies. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. The British are lords over us, and we have nothing else to do about it until we get them out. So yeah, so I am banking on the young generation to say to hell with all these, to hell with all this, and we're not really interested. So yeah, the royal family will eventually just fade out with the new generation coming out. So it is what it is. All right, family, peace, 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 and love and unity. All right, peace, love, and unity. I will catch you later, MCD, Elm City. We'll talk later. All right, salute. Take care of yourselves and seek help when you feel depressed, when you feel unhappy about something. Speak out. Talk to your friends that care about you. All right, and do not do anything stupid to hurt other people. All right, one love, one love. Giuliano signing out. Peace.